My name is Timothy Chupp. I'm the Vice President here of Chupp's Piano Service. My start here at Chupp's Piano Service actually began right out of high school. In an industry like this, there's so much to learn, rebuilding, restoration. So I had the decision of trying to figure out where I was going to start, and that actually ended up landing on refinishing. We had an employee at that time who had left Yamaha. He worked in their R&D department, hand building custom guitars for the artist. He was hand building these instruments, refinishing them. His experience in woodworking, refinishing, probably hands down the most talented woodworker that we've ever come across. Choosing the refinishing as a start, I started in with the training of that, the refinishing of the cabinets. So that's what I did for the first probably 5 or 6 years. That wasn't only exclusively what I was doing, that was what I was focusing on. From there, I branched out into a lot of the woodworking ends of manufacturing of pin blocks, soundboard repair, refinishing and rebronzing cast iron plates, and have advanced throughout the years into other avenues of our industry. Yeah, I'd say, memories of the start of this business, my father being the owner and starting the business. I remember as a young child coming out to the shop, it was always so much going on and big tools and these pianos in different stages, torn apart, and we'd go out there and watch my father and some of the early employees that he had working, and I remember him giving us little pieces of wood to sand on, or a block of wood that we could pound nails into and keep us entertained without without damaging anything. So I would say that's where one of my biggest passions came from, and watching that, and then the exciting finalization of the project, seeing the instrument that was fully rebuilt, and then it was going back to a client or a university or school. As a young child, those were things that stuck in my mind and were great memories. And as I got older, questioning during high school, what do I want to do with my career? By high school, I had pretty much made my mind up that this was the industry I wanted to be in. I had a passion for it, and just the rewarding. It's a rewarding industry. It's old world craftsmanship. It's time consuming. These are family heirlooms, pianos that have been handed down through generations, and so to have the ability to work on things like that and see them from start to finish is definitely one of the big draws to why I chose this industry. Over the years, watching the business grow, the business was started pre-internet era. I remember the advertising locally in phone books and flyers, sending out mailers. As a kid, I remember helping put stamps on envelopes that were going to go out. And as a child, most of watching the business and experiencing what was going on, it was a lot of local business. Schools, piano teachers, we were a much smaller company back then. And then it's been very interesting to see over the years the website growing into one of the largest rebuilders in the country. To be honest, I would currently say that about 85% of our business is coming outside the state of Indiana where we're located. When it comes to quality restoration work, the rebuilding and wanting the best job done possible, shipping a piano across country is not really doesn't factor much into the client's decision. What they're wanting is to know that the instrument's going to be rebuilt properly, back to factory specs, and have the job done that they know that will put years of life back into the pianos. Yeah, the interaction with clients is one of the main things that I've really grown into. One of the most enjoyable parts of the job for me. I love that every situation is different. Every client has a budget. Every client has, a certain instrument that they're looking for. And our goal is not to try to push them into an instrument. It is to really connect them with the piano that is the perfect fit for their space, whether it's a university, whether it's an institution, whether it's an artist. a church or a client that is putting a piano in their home. So finding that avenue of every scenario and saying, okay, we're going to find you the instrument that falls in your budget, that's the instrument that you're looking for. And dealing, in all of those situations, and every one of them being different, there's a lot of interaction that happens. There's obviously coordinating with emails, phone calls, FaceTime. There's, a lot of clients find it surprising that there's a large percentage of our clients that actually aren't visiting the showroom. Any client is always welcome to come in, tour our rebuilding facility, play the pianos in our showroom. But there are those situations where distance, time, travel, and all of that, where they're not able to do that. And so that's something that we really specialize in, is giving them the education, the information to show what all is going into these instruments and help them in that decision process, picking out an instrument that they're going to have for the rest of their life, or in most cases these pianos are being handed down to the next generation. So yeah, from that first phone call, that first email, the first point of contact, to the restoration, and seeing that project, the end result being the final delivery of a world-class instrument to fulfill the dream of a client, an artist, a university. To see that all from start to finish is something that is really hard to put into words, how rewarding, and hearing, like I said, the testimonials and the feedback from the client is something that just never gets old.